Hey, friends. So, since I am banned from going live on Facebook for the next couple of weeks, I wanted to do a video and talk to you about addressing objections in your content, which is a huge edge for people. Raise your hand. I am also included in this. Addressing objections in your content and also on the sales calls, but especially in your content. This is one of the key pieces that is oftentimes missing from launch content, any sort of writing as you are talking about your program and trying to sell online. And so there's lots of reasons why people leave this out of the rotation is because they feel like they're being really confrontational. They feel like, maybe they don't know how to exactly talk about it, or this is just something that is an edge for them. And so they tend to leave it out of their content. And it's super important to talk about this, to just really also normalize objections and to put your community at ease, to let them know that you see them, that you understand them. And there's lots of reasons why people aren't investing. Maybe they have invested before in a similar product or program, or maybe in something different, but maybe they didn't get the ROI that they were looking for. Maybe they fell off, or they didn't participate in the group and they're wondering what's going to be different this time. Maybe this is the biggest investment that they've ever made. If they're new to investing or investing at this level, oftentimes, women especially we're taught that, investing in ourselves, especially if it's not like a business based program. So if you're not a business coach or a marketing coach or you're not helping somebody build their business where they're going to get like a specific ROI, if you have a program where it might feel frivolous or like, no, like it's not like it's not like a have to, it's something that maybe they're desiring and they've been taught to put their desires on the back burner, put their families first, put other people first, whatever. And so that might be an objection, right? Where they're not used to spending that kind of money on themselves. Maybe they're worried they won't fit in, that maybe they're not far enough along, or that they're too far along in the process. One of the reasons why people also don't invest is because maybe they don't trust you and you haven't built that relationship yet, but usually it's more that they don't trust themselves. So this is something that you want to be talking about in your content, about how to make decisions, how to really trust yourself, how to listen to your intuition. Oftentimes people are also stuck in indecision. I get this all the time. Next round. I don't feel ready yet. Right. And so like talking about that, like, when was a time where you, where you maybe didn't feel ready, where you were kind of on the fence? Talk about what that felt like and how you finally made a decision and went forward with the purchase or the investment. Maybe they're concerned about the dynamics of the container. Who's going to be in it? Is it going to be a bunch of white women? Am I going to feel safe and seen? Is it, am I going to feel protected? Like, that is a very valid reason why people might not invest in a program. And sometimes they're not quite sure, like, is this actually what I need? Like, how is this going to fit into, what I want? Like, is it actually going to help me move forward? There's just like so many reasons. And oftentimes it's masked with, I can't afford it, or it's too expensive. And these are the things that are underneath the money objections. That is not to say that money isn't sometimes like the objection, but oftentimes this is what's actually underneath that money objection, right? And the list is endless. And so this is an opportunity for you to really ask your community members, like when you're on sales calls, or if you have a group, or, do some market research to really get underneath and really understand what's coming up for you. And even if it's maybe on the sales call, or maybe you do a follow-up and you do like a quick 10 to 15 minute, like, hey, I'm not trying to sell you, I'm just trying to get a better idea of what's going on so that I can address this with my community. And so I can really understand where people in my community are and what they're struggling with. And as you address this in your content, you really start to build that trust with your community. They really feel seen. They feel like you understand them, especially if you're mixing in your own experience of like, maybe there was something that you wanted to invest in, but you felt like you weren't far enough along. Or maybe there was an opportunity where you wanted to join a program and you didn't trust yourself to show up to get the results because you hadn't gotten the results in the past, whatever. Also learning how to address these objections in your content help you be a bit more bold on the sales call as well. Oftentimes we're coming into sales calls with our own stuff. We are, bringing our own money stuff, bringing our own things into the call. Oftentimes talking about money is like a very charged conversation. And so if you aren't able to address objections on sales calls, this is an opportunity in your content to get more bold. So like, what do you want to be talking about on the sales call? Like, what do you wish that you would have said? What's a question that you wish that you would have asked? And it takes the other person out of the equation, right? So that you can be a bit more bold in your content. You can say like, look, the reason why you're not investing is actually this is the exact reason why you need to be investing in this. That might feel really high gradient for somebody to say that on a sales call. And if you feel like maybe you haven't built that trust or that relationship yet with a person on the other line, you might be hesitant to say that. And so you can go ahead and say that in your content. And you can kind of play and get a bit edgier and, really start to try that out and see how it feels. So if this is an edge for you, if this is also something that feels hard and that you're struggling with, then I invite you to join me during my free workshop next Monday. It is all about, we're going to be talking about the 3 top pieces of content that you can be using in your, during your launches. We're going to talk about how to, like the mindset piece. We're going to cover the strategy, the mindset, and the pleasure piece. And so the mindset pieces that you can be sharing in your behind the scenes. Let's see. And we're also going to talk about, I want to make sure that I'm getting you exactly what we're talking about. Of course, I don't have the link up, so 1 second. We're going to be talking about how to shift your beliefs so that you can sell online, because oftentimes, there's some like funky stuff that we have about being too salesy, being too pushy, like having things feel really weird and kind of clunky online. And then we're also going to talk about my top 3 ways on how to ditch the fear, extinguish the flames of fear and shame that oftentimes comes up, again, behind the scenes, and that's keeping us from showing up 100%, like fully bold, authentic online, so that you can really serve your audience, talk about your program, and get hired so that you can change more lives. So I will put that link in the comments. And yeah, come and join us. It's going to be great. There's 63 people already signed up, so it's going to be a full house. Since I am banned from going live online, this is the only way that you'll be able to grab this. It is an interactive workshop. So we will be face-to-face on the Brady Bunch Zoom, where you can talk to me. And if you can't make it live, then this is the only way that you're also going to be able to get the replay. So I can't wait to see you there. And I'm looking forward to having all of you. All right, see you later. Bye.